Hi guys. My name is Alexis, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. It's been a little minute, and that's the reason actually why I've come back for this specific episode, because I definitely feel like I'm in a space where I just need to vent, and that my venting will hopefully be pleasing to God, by me basically talking about what I've been going through this past month. Also, happy Resurrection Day. Jesus lives, He is risen, and I'm so thankful for Him and what He's done for us. And I am kind of keeping that in the back of my mind as I kind of go through life moving forward, and that, all that I am is for Him because of what He's done for me, for you, and for all of us on earth, whether we believe in Him or not. And I pray that if you're watching this and you don't know the Lord, that you get to know Him today, that you ask Him to reveal Himself to you, because He's amazing, and he's just so awesome. Yeah, so that's an aside, but basically today I just want to talk about how this month has been going for me. Once again, this is going to be more of like a little vent sesh, but also I feel like there will be glory coming out of me talking about this. And if you can relate, I just want you to know that things will get better. The Lord has not left you. If anything, He's watching you intently to see how you're going to respond in times of trouble and feeling like things are out of your control. And I'm going to obviously talk about like how I plan to approach kind of what's been going on. And so to start, yeah, this month has been a lot. I'm kind of towards the end, or getting towards the end of my first year in my PhD program, and things went pretty well up until I feel like this month. Just kind of, being a little brief and not going into a ton of detail, but giving you enough so that you understand where I'm at. In these past couple of weeks, I've been going through a very tough rotation lab, and this is a good lab. I actually really love the people. I love the mentor, but I was definitely getting to a breaking point because I just felt like I had too much going on. I felt like that rotation was taking up a ton of my time because I had to sit and learn techniques that I wasn't really familiar with. And I needed to be a little more independent than I originally thought I would. And so there was just a lot of times where I was messing things up. And like I said, things that probably shouldn't have taken me super long were taking me forever. And then I basically had to do presentations on this, which also took a long time. And I was just being consistently attacked as far as like, oh, you're going to mess up when you're speaking. It's not going to make any sense. You don't have any real data. You look stupid, basically. Like, why are you up here? Those are like the thoughts consistently going through my mind. And in God's graciousness, I also heard His voice, which was like throwing me off because I kept hearing, you're going to do fine. Your presentations are going to go well. It's all going to work out. But kind of like on the outside, like my data wasn't dating. I was even having menial issues with like PowerPoint. And it got to a point where like I'm kidding you not, like 30 minutes before I had to present one of my first presentations that day, my PowerPoint got corrupted. Like, meaning I couldn't like delete certain slides that weren't supposed to be there, and I couldn't save it. So I had to basically go in and like copy and paste slides into a new slide deck, and it was like 60 slides. And I really was like, Lord, like, this is crazy. Like, I've never had a PowerPoint get corrupted. Like, I've never had issues with like being able to put a file in and then things are blurry, and I haven't had time to really practice what I was going to say. So it's just like trial after trial after trial. And this is literally like all like last week. This is happening the last 2 weeks. And then even before that point of like right before I'm supposed to present this stuff, it was last Wednesday night that I'm going to bed really late because I've been working incredibly hard on the presentation, as well as, making my data look presentable as well. And I drank a lot of caffeine, and I'm on my cycle, and I get in the bed and I roll over and I feel something in my right breast. And I'm like, what is that? And so then I'm feeling it and I'm like, oh, there's like a lump. And so I'm kind of like, girl, I'm tired. I don't have time to really think about this. So I just go to bed and I wake up and I feel again, and it's there and it's even more prominent than it was that night. And so I was like, no way. No way. Like, I'm already sitting here struggling right now, and I potentially have breast cancer, question mark. But once again, that day I push it off because I'm like, I don't have time to like sit and think about it. Like, I really need to like present. I really need to, or not present. I really need to work on my presentation. I really need to get this lab work done. I really need to study for this. It's just like all these things about like school, and I'm not concerned about my health. And then Friday comes and I feel it again, and it's just real swollen, real agitated. And at that point, I just start bawling. I'm bawling, and I'm bawling not even because I'm worried that I have anything, more so than like I was upset about the fact that I knew that I'd have to go in and get it checked. And if it wasn't breast cancer, I was going to be upset because that took away time for me to work. And I thought about that and I was like, God, that's really sad that my health is like second to school right now. And so in a way, I kind of started feeling like God put that in my breast to like slow me down, because it had to force me to like care about something else other than school and just prioritize school. And him putting that lump there, it was for me to like rely on him and get to a point where it's like, okay, God, things are getting really tough and I can't sustain myself much longer. Like, I'm not sleeping well, I'm not eating, I'm just not doing great. And I feel like he put it there so I could slow down and really assess the state of my mind, my heart, my body, even reacting to the stress potentially. But at this point, like, I really still didn't know what it was. So I was also really nervous that it was breast cancer, because like I'm telling him, like, I'm not going through chemo. I'm not getting my boob removed. I actually like my boobs, so I'd rather just die with them. And I kept telling him that, which is terrible, but that's just how I felt. And so nonetheless, though, there were just so many signs, despite the warfare that I was going through at that point, where I knew God was saying, like, I'm still here. I haven't left you. Like, things are going to be okay. And I just kind of had that voice in the back of my head that was saying that, even though I didn't believe it. But I also had people in my life confirming that, saying that they were praying for me and that they knew things were going to be okay, that there's nothing wrong with me. It's just going to be something menial going on with my boob, that my presentations are going to go fine, that I'm smart, that I'm supposed to be here. And one that I think really touched my heart is when I was making an appointment for the ultrasound, the woman on the phone, I spent probably like 30 minutes on the phone with her, and she's asking me for all my information so that I can be in the system, so that, you know, I don't have to do a ton of paperwork when I get in. And I was getting frustrated because I felt like it was just taking a long time. And then I was wanting to get the ultrasound done that Monday, just because then I wouldn't have to wait super long. And there was a part of me, also, I'm just going to admit it, that I just did not want to do these presentations, so it could at least give me more time to work on them. Like, I really felt like I didn't have enough time to like finish. And she come back and she's like, actually, all we have is like Friday of the week. And so I'm like, oh my God, like, so I do need to do this. I've wasted time going and getting this like checked right now. Like, I could have waited. So it's just all this anxiety. And, you know, at the end, she's wrapping up, kind of getting me set up, and, you know, I'm ready to say bye. And beforehand, she goes, "Hey, Alexis." And I was like, yes. And for some reason, I just immediately start tearing up, because it's like I felt like I knew like what she was going to say. And she was just like, "Hey, Alexis, everything is going to be okay. And I'm not going to cry." And she's just like, you know, my daughter's name is Alexis, and I'm just letting you know right now, I just know you're going to be fine. Like, everything's going to be okay. And I literally was like, I think all I could say was like a breathy, like, thank you before I hung up, because I was literally like, I was just bawling after, because I just knew that was God speaking through that lady to me, that everything was going to be okay. And it was. I finished the presentation, albeit it was a struggle from up until the point of me literally going to present both of these talks. It was a literal struggle just to get my PowerPoints together. But I just heard that in the back of my head, that everything's going to be okay. You're going to do well. And I did well. Like, those were honestly some of the best presentations that I've done, despite me having all of these technical difficulties and my PowerPoint getting corrupted, and, you know, me still haggling with the data, like trying to like make the images look more crisp for the audience. But, you know, the Lord really had been there with me at that point. And so, you know, I was so thankful to have gotten it done. And then I got, you know, really good remarks and criticism. It's not even criticism. They were just like, it was a good presentation. You know, next time if you have more data, show. And I was like, I wish. I just couldn't get to it. And even the woman who runs the lab that I was rotating in, she was even speaking life into me, saying, you know, you have these very high expectations, and you need to make sure you're not stressing yourself out. So it's like through and through, people were really speaking life into me at that point. And so great, right? I get past that. Everything's peachy keen. Also, like, you know, my birthday is on Wednesday, so I was really excited now. Everything was going great. Then it's time for my ultrasound, right? And so I go in, and at that point, it kind of was subsiding, so I really did not feel super scared that it was anything more, but I was like, there's still a chance, so I don't want to get my hopes up. But I go in, I get the ultrasound done. It was a really quick process, and they were basically like, yeah, girl, you're totally fine, but you do have quite a few cysts in your breast. And I was like, oh. And they were like, it's literally fine. That's not going to develop into cancer, but you definitely need to just come get checked in the next 3 months, just so we know the progress of what's going on, and making sure that there doesn't need to be anything more looked at. And so I was happy. And then, you know, I decided, okay, I'm ready to commit to a lab. Let me reach out to one of my rotations that I was really interested in. And basically, long story short, what I kind of feared happened, and it just seemed like that's not potentially going to be a good option for me. And so now I'm having to scramble currently, like, this is real time now. I'm having to like scramble to find another lab to potentially see if I could join that lab. And now I'm kind of at a place where I'm worried about my position in the PhD program, and that I'm not going to find a place to be able to call home in the PhD, and that I'd have to like give this up, which then means I might have to give up being in St. Louis. And I've really created so many beautiful connections here, like ones that I want to believe are going to be lifelong as long as I'm here. And I am worried, or have been worried, that that's going to be in jeopardy. And I was really upset with God because I'm like, okay, like you've been testing me and you've been putting me in all of these crazy situations, even things that I just felt like were secure, like academics for me. I've never struggled. Like I always did very well. Not to say that I didn't ever struggle, but like it's never been to a point where I feared that I wasn't going to like finish school. And so I feel like God has been doing this because, or not doing, God has been doing it, but more so like God has been allowing the devil to like attack me this hard because they both see something valuable in me, both the devil and the Lord. And I'm going to have to start making a choice. And that choice is for me to just trust God right now. I have to trust him because this situation I'm in currently is just going to be something that's mostly out of my control. Like I can't force a lab to choose me and want me as a student. And who knows how this next rotation will go if I'm able to secure it. And so that has been causing me more stress, and I've already been stressed out this whole month, and it's to the point where people are like, what are you doing for your birthday? Like you need to like relax. And it's like I don't think I can like enjoy my birthday right now because I have these things coming up. But I've decided to go beyond kind of what I see right now in the natural, and to believe that the same God that has just carried me through all of these hurdles is the same one that'll carry me through this hurdle. And that, you know, once again, I feel like now I understand truly what spiritual warfare is and, you know, why we go through it as Christians. And it's because, like, the enemy wants us to fold. Like, he wants us to believe that God doesn't care, that he is angry with us, or he's judging us because of what we've done, or, you know, that he, like, these things are happening because God isn't a good God and because God has abandoned us. And I know that God hasn't abandoned me. He never has, and he never will. And now I'm just mad. I'm just angry at the devil. Like, I'm not mad with the Lord. I know that he's using this to grow my faith. He's using this to grow my reliance and vulnerability with him, because I've often just gotten like, I've just gotten away with being able to work through these hard times through pushing with my own strength. But I know that the Lord is quickening me. I don't know for what. I want to believe that the reason why I'm getting attacked so hard is because God has something so big for me on the other side of all of this. And so I'm not going to fold. Like, I'm not going to get shaken up by this. And I know more is coming my way. I know more stress is coming my way. I know more things are going to come my way to try to knock me off my feet, because it's definitely been to a point where it's like, I've been looking at God. I'm like, why am I here? Like, can you just take me up? Like, can you please take me up? Because I'm not going to take my life. Like, I just don't want to do that. But I don't want to be here either. So I know, like, there is like a war up there for my life, and I don't know why. But that must mean that there is something beautiful that God intends to do through me. So I have to make a choice. And as hard as it is with everything going on right now, like, I have to trust him. I have to trust the Lord. And so I'm about at 20 minutes. And I said I want to end these around 20 minutes. So I'm going to really just end with this and say, if y'all can just be in prayer for me, that the devil's schemes, plans in my life are thwarted, and that God's plans are accelerated in the next couple of weeks, and that I can come back here and just speak about the goodness of God and how he has delivered me from whatever is coming my way. And I say this to you, devil, Satan, I genuinely want your head. Like, I genuinely want your head, because you've been doing the most. You have been doing the most, and you've been doing the most for 3 years of my life, 4 years. And I'm tired. And so if that means you want to keep coming at me, cool. Because I believe my Heavenly Father has my back, no matter what. Even when I complain and I'm like, I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are, dude. Like, you just, where is you? Even when I be saying all that, just know deep down, I know that God is with me. I know it. And you attacking me even harder than you have been in a minute is proof of that. It is evident that you're afraid of me. And not because of me, but you're afraid of what God has put in me. You're afraid of the spirit that the Lord has placed in me. You're afraid of what that's about to do. And I don't know what it's about to do either. So we both finna be surprised. So keep it coming, genuinely. I want to see you try me, because I'm tired. I'm tired of giving you more credit than you deserve. I'm tired of it. I told myself, hopefully God would give me a scripture for this, so I can at least bring something back to the Bible and how this all connects. And I literally just felt Joshua 1:9 come to me. And it's a verse that I've kind of consistently used throughout at least my academic journey, but nonetheless just my journey as a individual. Oh, I'm turning 25. I don't know if I said that, nor does it matter, but that's just an aside. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like I'm 25. Like that's really old. But yeah, I'm trying to get there. But Joshua 1:9, basically the Lord says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. So I'm going to hold on to that. I'm also going to hold on to Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I'm going to also hold on to James 1, where he says, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, let perseverance finish its work in you so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So yeah, I'm ending this podcast by letting you know, devil, and letting you know, Lord, that I'm choosing the narrow way. And the narrow way is hard. And it's going to come with more and more and more struggle and trials and tribulations, but that I should rejoice in those because it is going to bring me closer to the Lord. And that is exactly what the devil doesn't want. So I'm going to actually do what you don't want. Thank you guys for listening to me vent. I really hope that this blessed you. I hope that it encourages you in your walk, and that it reminds you that God is always there. Like he's always there, even when it feels like he isn't, and when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. He's there. He is there. You just have to like lean on him and know that he is there, even when it doesn't feel like it, and that his presence will never leave us. that's his promise. That is his promise to us. So yeah, love you guys, and peace be unto you.